What is up, my fellow golf ball addicts? Welcome back to the channel, and we have now the continuation of ranking the 100 golf balls I've tested, and we're at 69 through 60, so we're almost halfway. We're almost getting there. But again, if this is your first time seeing this, please go check out the video, the first link in the description, because it just 2-3 minutes will tell you essentially what I'm basing these rankings on. That way you understand how I came to these conclusions. So let's dive right into 69. Number 69, Pro V1X 2023 model. So the Pro V1X actually is an interesting golf ball because although the Pro V1 2023 model is going to be a lot higher on this list, the potential and the ceiling of the X model is higher. The problem is there's too much disparity. So, for example, if I really hit one solid with my 9-iron, like let's say I really crisp it, yeah, it might go 130, which is really high for me. If you're new to the channel, 130 is pretty high with my 9-iron. But if you mishit it, it might go 105. And so there's a lot of unforgiveness there. You really have to pure this golf ball to get it to go anywhere, and there's not a lot of in between. So yeah, you could be on the backside of the green or you could be in front of it, you know, pitching or chipping into it. So not my style of golf ball. I much prefer something with a little more consistency, a little more forgiveness, but also that affected the numbers. That's really why it got put down this far into the bottom half, is because with those numbers, yeah, I mean, there was a couple times with the 7-iron, I'd hit it 111, 112, which is crazy fast for me. But then there'd be times it was 102, 103, 101, 98, because if you mishit it, it just punished you so much. So because of that, the average ended up being 105 instead of 112, because that would have propelled it a lot higher. Number 68, RZN Distance. So another golf ball, I haven't actually done a video on the channel yet. It has been tested though, and again, this is a weird one because it was able to be tested with the 9-iron and the 7-iron, but for some reason my launch monitor will not pick it up. I'm assuming due to the coating, with either the 5 hybrid or the driver, so I wasn't able to have numbers, so I did go out and do an on-course test. I played with it for a few weeks, and you know, it's a decent golf ball. It's okay. I would definitely use it, you know, if I was using it off the tee. You know, it's a 2-piece distance golf ball. RZN made the Nike balls for a while, so you know, again, another trusted company. They've done good work in the past. I do trust their brand, but it's really hard to get any of their golf balls now. Most of the time they're sold out. You can only get them online. I'm not even sure if they're planning on staying in business, because it seems like one minute they're selling out all their stock and then all of a sudden it's, oh hey, we're back. So I don't know, it puts them in a weird spot. It's low. I don't recommend them just because I think there's a lot of easier options for you to obtain. Number 67, Srixon Q-Star. It's a shame the Q-Star has to be this low because I do love Srixon and I do love some of their other golf balls that you will see much higher on this list. But this is another case of when I went back, I crunched the numbers, I looked at how it performed, I did the data. This is just where it came up. It just isn't that good. It isn't as, you know, with a 2-piece golf ball, I expected the value to be a little bit better. It wasn't. I expected the numbers to be better. It wasn't. And I expected the durability to be better. And it wasn't. So unfortunately, I just put it in a really mediocre spot, and that's why it's down toward the bottom half. Number 66, the Vice Pro Zero. When I found out that Vice was coming out with a new golf ball model, I was excited because I was like, man, Vice is nice, baby. I mean, they do a lot of good things right. But then as I got to thinking about it, I'm like, what exactly do they need another golf ball model for? Well, the formula they're wanting to use is kind of the equivalent of the Titleist AVX and the MaxFly Tour S, where essentially you get these golf balls that are a lot firmer, but they launch really low. So they're for really fast swingers who hit the ball, and you know you need low launch and yada, yada, yada. So the problem I have with that is those golf balls, that formula doesn't work for the average swing speed. It hasn't with any of these golf balls on my channel, and this one was no different. It was extremely firm. It just came off the club dead. It didn't have that Vice feel I like. Yeah, I mean, it still has really cool designs. Vice is awesome. I love what they do. I love their whole marketing scheme. And most of their golf balls test really well. You'll see the majority of their golf balls at a really high point in this list. However, the problem is this one wasn't. It was the only one I've ever tested that I'm really disappointed and I think is mediocre. And it's the only Vice golf ball I've ever told people to stay away from. I mean, I've flat out told people, hey, don't get that one. You're going to be disappointed. Number 65, the Mizuno Tour X 22. So I did not get good numbers with the Mizuno X when it came to the 22 models. Now with the 23 model, that was a whole other case. But with the 22 model, I just didn't get that great of numbers with it. It felt really firm. It felt really dense. It just wasn't that great. Somehow I'm surprised it came out a little bit better than the regular Pro or the regular Tour model from 23. I'm not sure how that happened, but I guess that one must have just really fell flat. So this is the X model. I wish it was a little bit better, but again, it just the X model usually is meant for faster swingers, and I think they were still experimenting, and nothing really here as far as across the board stat-wise really stood out. Number 64, the Callaway Chrome Soft X. Another golf ball that would not read. There's only been like a couple that don't, and I think at this point it covers all of them. But it didn't read from it. I had to go out and do a tour test. I like it, but it's not meant for the swing speed. It's meant for way faster swingers. The Chrome Soft is the regular Chrome Soft is one of the best golf balls I've tested on the channel. You'll see that way higher in this list. The X model I do like. It's soft, it's squishy, it doesn't feel like a rock. It actually feels like I could use it, but the numbers just don't come out that strong because it's not meant for my swing speed. Honestly, the fact that it's this high despite that, the fact that it's not for me and it's still this high, is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good to be honest with you. I don't have any qualms with it. So if you're a fast swinger and you like Callaway, give the X or the XLS a try. Number 63, TaylorMade TP5. I love the TP5. I have a soft spot for it, but the reality is with those 5 layers, it's firm and it is not forgiving. You really got to be able to be an amazing ball striker. You got to be able to put a ball down and say, yeah, I want to put a half hook, half draw on this, or oh, I want to hit this low and slice it. You have to be able to bend the ball and get it to do what you want. I can't. Most golfers can't. I mean, I can kind of hit a draw, and I can kind of hit a fade, but I can't just have that type of pinpoint control constantly, and this golf ball is meant for pros. It's meant for guys who are really good at golf. So, unfortunately, I'm not able to manipulate it right, and because of that unforgiveness, I lose so many yards that it keeps me off greens a lot of the time. But I do love putting with this golf ball. I love the designs. I love the Pix model. I think they do a really good job. I think it's a premium golf ball. When you pick one up, you really feel like it's premium. You feel like there's a lot of love into it. So it's a good golf ball, but it's just really not meant for, maybe not my swing speed, but maybe not my skill level either. Number 62, Penfold Hearts. I really wish this golf ball was higher. I really do. I love the Penfold brand. It's vintage, it's traditional, it's James Bond. It's just, I mean, seriously, it's James Bond. They have their own James Bond line because it's from, the movie. I just love this golf ball. It's so unique. It has so much character. I actually like how it comes off the club. It feels a little firm. It feels a little traditional, but I love using it. And people ask me questions about it. I just really have a soft spot in my heart for it. But data is data, numbers is numbers, and unfortunately, it just doesn't stand out. Performance numbers are just okay. Durability is pretty decent, but value-wise, it actually strikes out pretty good because it's expensive. By the time you order it from overseas and it gets shipped over here with shipping, as well as, your pretty expensive base price, it ends up being a 3-piece non-urethane golf ball that is actually pretty expensive. So wish it was higher, but it is what it is. Number 61, Top Flight Bomb. It's interesting. It's so funny. And if this proves to you right here that these are numbers and metrics driven. It's not just my opinion. If any of you for a second think, oh, this guy's opinion sucks, yada, yada, it's not an opinion because the Penfold Heart, which was 62, I still use on the course. I still have a box of them. I have sleeves of them. I still use them on the course. And the Top Flight Bomb I wouldn't use if you gave them to me. I mean, flat out. I do not like the bomb. I think it feels atrocious. It really felt like it was just for fast swingers who spray the ball all over the course to try to get them to go more straight. Did not care for them at all. Did not care for the spin. Did not care for the durability. Just an awful golf ball in my opinion. But somehow, despite that, all these numbers, it comes up to a 61. So I have to give it some credit. But again, I'm not going to recommend it. We're really in the mediocre zone right now, being in this 50, 60, 70 range. And there's just better golf balls. Number 60, the Cut Blue. I really like Cut a lot. I love what Cut does. This is actually the first time we've had a Cut ball on the list. Why does the cut blue get such a bad rep? Well, it's really the durability, to be honest with you, because the value is amazing. I mean, a 3-piece urethane golf ball used to be for $20. Now it's $25, but still an amazing value there. It's actually a 4-piece. It's a 4-piece urethane golf ball, so it's incredible. It has a good feel to it. The numbers are okay, but for the most part, they will get you around on the course. If you're someone who wants to experiment with a more, spinning urethane ball, this is a good entry point to not spend a lot of money and kind of get your feet wet. But the problem with the blue, like I said, is that after a couple hits, there are tears all over the cover. It almost makes it unusable. This actually probably has the worst durability of any golf ball I've ever tested. It only lasts a few shots. You got to use 3 or 4 of them around, just that way you're not affecting the ball flight of the roll on the green. So think about it. The fact that it got this high, it got to 60, despite having that to where it's basically unusable, the numbers aren't so bad. So really a missed opportunity, to be honest with you. Guys, we made it through 69 to 60. As always, keep watching and keep saving. I will have in a couple days out the new one, which will be 59 through 50, and we will have the bottom half done, and we will get into the top 50 at that point. I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.